station, and she's been complaining for a little while about she hasn't got enough room because she likes to put her trinkets and what have you, and things tend to get stacked up a bit. And she's a very tidy type person, so she's asked me to design and build something to go in this space here, but still leave enough room for her to get through into her office space. But she wants to, a lot of these type little, I don't know, areas to put trinkets and pictures and this, that and the other, facing her in this area. But she wants somewhere to put this laptop, but she doesn't want it very deep. She finds this too deep for her. So with all this taken into account, I've got a design in mind. So this video is about making something to blend in with what she has here, that's going to be as high as this, and she wants it on wheels, so she can either, sort of, she's going to have it to about here, or she wants it to about here, and she wants to be able to slide it back out the way, to allow a second seat to come here, so she can work with a second person. So it needs to be modular, then we'll call it. So that's what this video is about, is to make a modular unit to fit in here. And this is Molly Beaglebum, Molly, and this is Molly. She's 9 months old, and she's a, well, latest rescue. We actually had her from a 6-week-old pup, and she wasn't very well when we got her, but she's our darling little girl, aren't you, eh? Molly the Beaglebum. One thing I'd just like to mention to you, if you're doing some furniture making, and this is furniture grade pine, never trust the cuts from the wood merchant, because this is straight from the wood merchant. If I can just show you this, it's not square. There's like nearly 1/8 of an inch. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. There's 1/8 of an inch here. nearly. So that's how far it's out. Can you see that? Sorry? Every now and again I take on jobs. This particular one is for my wife in the office. She wants extra storage space and somewhere else to put a laptop computer, a small type laptop computer, and she had a certain design in mind, and so we had the task of making it. Incidentally, this is my mate of more than 30 years now. This is Steve. Say hi, Steve.
Hello.
There you go. And from time to time now, more and more, you'll see Steve on my videos giving me a hand, because it gets a little bit too much for me to handle sometimes. So there you go, guys. A lot of you guys out there have been asking me for drawings for different things that I've made. and files for the CNC machine. I don't provide G-code files. And the main reason is that I'm sponsored by Autodesk, and I don't think they'd be very happy about that. So a lot of people ask me about drawings for things like this, or whatever I'm doing, if I can provide the drawings. Well, I actually have something in my mind of what I want to build, and I sort of calculate out the meterage of wood that I would probably need to do that job, and I just work straight off a sketch. Now, it's not much of a drawing, but that's what I use. I don't draw it up in CAD. You know, I can, but I just come up my workshop and I just doodle a sketch, and I put measurements on that and work off that. Most people, I think, that are not doing this professionally, they do it the same way. So really, I just sketch up an idea and put some measurements on that, and it's up to the individual, I suppose, to work out what size they really want it to be for themselves. So that's why I don't provide drawings. So my next task now is to attach these corner shelves onto this main structure then. Now I'm just simply going to do that. And there's a couple of tricks that I've learned over the years, that in an area like this, where you have like a double wall, is actually make it so you can get your driver actually down in there, like so, to be able to do a screw up. I hope just enough room in here. I have special little short bits that normally you would put into a screwdriver, and I find they work very well in these too. So the end is only just stuck out, just enough to actually drive a screw. That's all you need. I mean, you know, we're not building a heavy structure here. We're not building a house. It's just a shelf that's going to be supported by a panel on the back of it anyway. So it's really just going to hold it there. I'm going to glue it and screw it. I've just put 2 screws in, which is more than sufficient to hold it. So that's what we're going to do next, is mark it out. And really this is just we're coming to the finishing touches now of the main structure. So really all I've got to do now is put these 3 corner shelves on, and then I think we're going to go over the whole thing with putty and fill up these holes. And over the years too, I have found this method of construction with glue and using 50mm brads, 2-inch brads, is the quickest, easiest, and the best way. Like I say, we're not building a house, we're building a piece of furniture here, and it's going to be way strong enough to do the job. So now what I'm going to do is, I've actually marked on the top side here, just with a very small pencil mark, at exactly the center of where I want these to go. So we'll move them out the way, and now I have to mark, just put a bit of a line down, but it has to be square, of where I want to drill a hole through, so I can screw it on. back where I want. And then I drill a hole through the main material so the screw doesn't actually bite into this material, but it bites into the end grain of the shelf that you're putting on. Can you see me? Yeah, I think so. Just as accurately as you can, hold the drill up nice and square. And don't push it through in one go. Alright? Go halfway through, retract it, and then go through again. And you'll find that it'll drill through a lot better. There we go. Why I do that is because as you're pushing the drill in, what it tends to do is the material collects inside the flute, and if you push even harder, you'll notice resistance there. If you push against that resistance, what you're doing is hard packing the waste material into the flute, and it'll jam up. And I have had the occasion where it can snap a drill off very easily, and that really upsets your day. You'll probably notice that the early part and basically the majority of the building of this unit, there's been very little sound on. The main reason for that is it's been nearly 40 degrees in my workshop, and I've had 2 huge fans going and an air conditioner unit, or the doors open, and you wouldn't have been able to hear me anyway. So I'll dub over and do some running commentary. I don't normally do that because I don't particularly like doing that myself. I like to explain as it happens live, but in this case I didn't have much choice. What I'm actually doing now is, well, there's the center line of the material, so now I'm putting a rough line where the edge of the material goes, so I've got a reference when I come and put the material there and hold it there, that I'm upright and that I know the screw's going to go into the center of the material. So really this is a guideline for me. point out one thing, because I know I'm going to get some comments about it. These pigeonholes, they are supposed to be random sizes, because that's what my wife asked for. She said she didn't want them all the same, she wanted them all different if possible. So I aim to please. Okay. So we're dyeing the whole thing a deep burgundy, I suppose.
Staining.
Staining. Sorry, I stand corrected. Feast Watson, available worldwide, I would say, because on the can it says available in Australia and New Zealand. So I'm not sure. Not sure where it's made because it doesn't say, but that's the stuff. Our preferred use. It's probably going to take about 2 coats because we're trying to match it to the existing furniture in the office. So we'll see how we go. Well, that turned out very pleasing, actually, I think. Of course, putting a stain over a unit like this, this has just had 2 coats because we're trying to bring it down to the same color as the existing furniture in the office. But I think it's quite a good match. So we're just going to let this dry, and then we're going to varnish it with the high gloss varnish. You know, ever since I was a kid, whenever I had the chance to help out my grandfather or my dad do anything like this, somehow I always managed to get just as much on me as what I did on the actual item. So things haven't changed in 62 years. So I hope you've enjoyed the video of making this piece of mobile furniture or modular furniture for my wife's office. It's fairly easy to make standard type furniture like this. There's nothing complex in it. I haven't used any exotic tools. You don't necessarily need to use a CNC router to cut, you know, sort of segments, perfect segments. I just used, as you saw, a plate, and you can use either a jigsaw, as you saw me do for the where the foot area is, or you can use a bandsaw. The only electrical tools that you really need, I would say, I mean to do the job in reasonable time, would be a circular saw, small circular saw, and a jigsaw, and you can probably get away with just those. You know, you can pretty well, if you can draw a straight line and, you know, follow a line with the saw, you know, you can make something fairly accurate. So you don't need lots of machinery in your workshop. You can start off with just a couple of small cheapish items. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'll just put a couple of snaps, or maybe a very short video of this unit when it's been varnished and in situ in the office, for those who'd like to see the total finished item. And I hope you've liked this video. If you have, please press like, subscribe to my channel, and you can go to my channel. I have two channels. I have one specifically for lasers, and my other channel, this one, is for general woodwork and CNC work and wood turning. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope you pop in again and join me again for another video. Bye for now.